Years ago I bought a Brooks B17 hoping it would be the last saddle I would ever need. To this day it's still the most comfortable saddle I've ever used. However, due to some maintenance oversight, I had to abandon it because of premature wear. Don't let this happen to you.
greensandmachines.com.
I bought this saddle in the summer of 2012 and put thousands of miles on it over the course of 4 years. I did my best to apply that leather preservative and to keep it covered in the rain. The saddle came with that wrench thing for adjusting the tension, but from the item description on the Rivendell website, I got the impression that I would never need to use it. One day at school, a bike with the brand new B17 parked right next to mine. I almost didn't recognize it as the same model since mine had become so worn in, as it is supposed to do. Though at the time I was beginning to notice the leather starting to rip around some of the rivets. My saddle also had this weird asymmetrical look to it, but I thought that was just part of the wear-in process. Upon taking a closer look, I noticed the problem. This metal carriage thing that the leather rivets onto had popped off its central location on the front of the saddle. This meant that the drive side of the saddle had been stretching more to conform to my shape. This also explained the ripping and why the saddle looked so off-center. After a couple minutes with a screwdriver, I was able to get the part back on center. Unfortunately, since the leather had worn asymmetrically, the saddle was now considerably higher on the non-drive side. The right side was sagging so badly I could feel the leather bottoming out on the metal parts below, which was not a pleasant sensation. I couldn't use the wrench to fix the tension at this point because it would only increase the tension on the left side. Had I been more vigilant and noticed this problem earlier, I may have been able to save the saddle. I would have just popped the metal part back on center and retensioned the leather so it wouldn't have been so loose to dislodge it in the first place. I hope this video is helpful for current and prospective Brooks saddle owners. This was definitely a great saddle, but as they say, it's not the kind of thing you can just slap on and forget about. As for what I'm riding now, I've been using a Terry Liberator Y. I'd rank it as the second best saddle I've used, though I'm starting to notice signs of wear after only 2 years. Who knows, maybe I'll give the Brooks another try in the future. Or get one of those C17 saddles they don't have to kill animals to make.